Hi, welcome to my live broadcast. My name is Pastor Chima Christopher. I'm the senior pastor of Kingdom Realm Gospel Center, Festac, Lagos, Nigeria. I want to bring God's word to us this evening. So powerful word of God. I want to speak on what I title God with us in the COVID-19 pandemic. I repeat it, God with us in the COVID-19 pandemic. Once again, God with us in the COVID-19 pandemic. I take my text from Matthew chapter 1 verse 23 from New Living Translation. And the Bible says, "Look, the virgin will conceive a child. She will give birth to a son, and they will call his name Emmanuel," which means God is with us. Which means God is with us. The word Emmanuel means God with us. God made flesh and dwell among men. According to John chapter 1 verse 14. And the Bible said the word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son who came from heaven, full of grace and truth. So God is with us. So we have read now John 1:40 affirmed that God is truly with us. Then Jesus himself said in Matthew chapter 28 verse 20. Matthew 28 verse 20. That was Jesus' last word according to the account of Matthew. He says this like this. He said, "Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you. And be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." Hallelujah. So the big question here in this season is God truly with us in this pandemic? I repeat again, the big question in this season is God truly with us in this pandemic? And the answer is a big yes. Oh, a big yes. I'll tell you with proofs. That two things I would like you to note here as I go ahead. Number one, it is easy to sense the presence of God when things are going well. I repeat it. It is easy to sense the presence of God when things are going well. I call it the mountaintop experience. But it is very difficult to sense the presence of God in hard times like this. It is very difficult to sense the presence of God in hard times like this pandemic season. That's truth. Death, sickness, it is very difficult to sense the presence of God in hard time. But it's very easy to sense his presence in when time is working. I call when time is working the mountaintop, and I call when things is not happening, I call it the valley side of life. Yes, the pandemic, the world has never experienced a thing like this before. Sickness everywhere, death everywhere, depression, hunger, and uncertainty. Yes, the world has no experiences. The world is going through the valley side of life, and we are not sensing the presence of God, even though he was there. Nevertheless, the word of Jesus in Matthew 28 verse 20 said, "Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you, and be sure of this, I am with you always, to the end of the age." Jesus' word here in Matthew 28:20 still stand valid to date. His word still stand valid to date. We have not come yet to the end of the age, so he's still with us. He's still with us. When you read Isaiah 43 verse 2, it says, "When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown." He said, "When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flame will not consume you." I repeat this scripture again, the first verse. He said, "When you go through deep waters, I am with you." I'm reminding you that God is with you even in the deep side of the water. Even in difficulty, God is with us. Even in the middle of pandemic, God is still with us. Hallelujah. Let me see somewhere again in Psalm chapter 46 verse 7 to 11. David wrote this way. David said, the Lord of heaven's army is here amongst us. The God of Israel is our refuge. Verse 8 says, come see the glorious work of the Lord. See how he brings destruction upon the world. Does that make meaning to you? He caused wars to end throughout the earth. He will cause the war pandemic to end very soon. He breaks the bow and snaps the spear. He burns the sheaf with fire. And in verse 10 he says, be still and know that I am God. I will be honored by every nation, says God. I will be honored throughout the world. And in verse 11 he said, the Lord of heaven's army is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress. Yes, God is still with us in the pandemic. As I said before, it is more easier to sense God. It is more easier to believe that God is with us when things are going fine. That is a mountaintop. But it's very difficult to sense the presence of God when we are faced with difficulty. Someone like John the Baptist, the man that saw Christ, that saw the vision about that baptized Christ, when he was faced with difficulty, he asked questions. He didn't feel this. He didn't sense the presence of God. He didn't sense it. So I'm here to answer this question. God is still with us in this pandemic. Lose not your faith. He promised, when thou go through the waters, when thou go to the fire, he is there with us. His name is called Emmanuel, God with us. Thank you. I speak all the prophecy over you. You will see the end of this pandemic. God bless you. I still remain Pastor Chima Christopher. See you some other time. Bless you.